morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Friday, October 4th, and that means it is Florida Man Friday.
Hell yeah!
I look forward to it every week. All right, we're going to take it straight into an interview with famed, flatulent Florida man, Paul Flart. So, let's go.
Paul Flart.
Wait,
Before
we go in,
oh my God, Paul Flart.
Yeah, it was mean. Can you give some quick context on Flart?
Some context. Oh, he's the Florida man we covered last week who got fired from his security job at a medical facility for posting solo fart videos to Instagram that have gone
it's
very
now become
viral.
Semi-famous,
That about sums it up.
and it's the best farter, I would say, in the world.
Yeah, and it's
Challenge
a great
him.
interview. Great interview. All right, let's kick it over there. All right, welcome to the show. Internet fart master, Florida man by way of New Jersey, Paul Flart. Paul, thanks for coming on the show. How you doing?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Hope you guys are doing well as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doing very
yeah.
good. Always
Great.
a good night when we're recording Florida Man Friday. And we gave our listeners a brief summary of your story last week, about how you came on the rise at your job in Florida at that medical facility. But can you tell us in your own words what happened?
So, I mean, it all started, and everybody's heard this at this point, but it's still fantastic. I'm working in the front lobby of this hotel, or this,
Oh,
not
the
this
hotel.
hospital. I'm sorry. I messed up.
Very different,
Yeah.
Paul.
So
I was like,
I'm
we
working
reported it wrong.
Yeah, no. So I'm working at this lobby of this hospital, and it's this big open space, tile floors, high walls, high ceilings, and just one day I just let one rip, and it was just a massive rip. It sounded fantastic, reverberating around. The acoustics were just so pure and perfect, and I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, I can't believe that this can sound so good. So,
Goddamn right, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Were you alone when you ripped that first one, the inaugural?
What's that?
Were you alone when you ripped the inaugural?
Yeah. Yeah, every single one of the farts that we've recorded on Instagram have all just been me in that lobby.
Well, that's very considerate of you.
Yeah, it's just how it worked out. It's just how it worked out. But yeah, so I just made a video, sent it to my buddies in the group chat. They thought it was fantastic. And after doing that a couple times, it just kind of we need to do more with this. We can't just keep this in the group chat. So we came up with Instagram is the platform, Paul Flart is the moniker. Because Paul Blart, mall cop. And it just ran with it, put it out there, and started making the content. And
That's the dream right there.
yeah,
So, Paul, when you say making the content, what do you mean?
I mean, just making the videos and posting them out there, right?
Can you
Even though
describe
they're
to our
even
fans
though they're
what the videos are.
what's that?
Can you describe to our fans what the videos are specifically for someone that hasn't seen your work?
Yeah, so if you're unfamiliar with Paul Flart, it's essentially me with my phone straight in my face, staring straight into the camera, straight into your soul, and just letting no emotion, just stoic as all hell, and just right.
Yeah,
to
you're
you.
much more animated tonight than on those videos. You're just all about business on the videos.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's part of the charm.
How many farts per video?
How many? What do you mean?
How many
it's
farts
one
per
long one usually?
So
right?
one per video, or is it
just one part? Just one and done, bang bang. There's been a couple where I posted that just kind of there's a couple back to back, but for the most part, it's just one per video.
Have you had any accidents?
Not yet. Paul Flart has not been one. One day Paul Flart will exist, I'm sure. But
I mean, you're pushing the envelope. I mean, I can tell you're trying. So it's you're playing a dangerous
I don't
game.
strain so much. Yeah, I don't strain too much, and people have commented on that, especially with the Vice video and stuff. All these people coming out, and they're like, "You don't strain. I think these are fake." And it's just well, maybe that's why everybody else is shitting themselves so much, and why my pants are clean. So,
Paul, do you purposely eat certain foods to make yourself have a better flatulence? Is that part of the plan? And if so, what do you eat?
yeah. So
What's your regimen, really?
Yeah, after going viral, obviously there was this more of a need to produce, better flatulence or better content.
You need
And
performance enhancers.
yes, we definitely needed those enhancers. So I started doing research, checking old forums and different websites, and trying to figure out what creates a fart, what it is inside of you that makes it. And fiber is the big key, and then flaxseed, milled flaxseed, is primo stuff right there.
You're reading ancient Chinese books on farting.
I haven't, but I probably should, right? Those guys probably know a thing or
So
two.
if you up your fiber
Historian.
intake, you can get more volume, more farts out. is
Yeah,
basically-
so Kashi, there's a Kashi brand cereal called Go Lean Crunch, and you put some milled flaxseed on top of that, and then eat a fiber 1 bar, wash it down with some kombucha,
Holy
and it's a
shit.
wrap.
I'll be. Paul, can I be real honest with you?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you're eating kashi crunch and drinking kombucha.
Well, we look the same.
Yeah. He's one of us.
Yeah.
I still eat a lot of it, right? So I mean, a lot of something healthy isn't really healthy.
Okay, doesn't really matter if it's diet food.
Plenty of
we'll eat the entire
burritos
container too.
I'm sure.
Let's go back to the timeline. So you're working in the hospital. You discover that you have this talent in an acoustically perfect room. You send it to your boys in the group chat. They say you have a talent, and we have to exploit this. You have to live your dream. What happens then? Did you get fired?
Yeah.
So
So
your uniform. For those of you who don't know out there.
what'd you say about the uniform?
I'm telling the listeners that Paul was farting with his uniform really prominently displayed, his badge. You were clearly.
I was part of the funniness.
You
though.
couldn't see the company that I worked for because that patch was on the arm here, and then my hospital ID badges were off the camera. There was never an incident.
Have you considered trying to find another venue like that's like a public style? Because I know you've gone to the apartment. It's still good, but have you thought about that?
So a lot of people want public farts and reaction farts and stuff like that.
But that's a little rude, though.
I don't want to fart on anybody or near anybody. I'm all about ending fart shaming in general, but I don't want to put somebody in a position that they don't want to be in.
Yeah.
So
good point.
Well, what happened? So your workplace must have known eventually that you were using their facility to reverberate your sound.
Someone's like, that's clearly Paul.
Your body noise.
Yeah. So it was 6 months of posting videos before it went anywhere. I think it was Barstool Sports Instagram page, which featured me on there, which set this viral swing going.
We know a good video when we see it.
So Barstool got you fired. Is that what you're saying?
So what happened?
Yeah, Barstool got me fired. You guys need to start paying me. Let's go. Let's do some work. Nah. But so I had 500 followers at 8 p.m. and by midnight I had over 5,000.
Nice.
We're sitting comfortably at 107,000 right now, verified on Instagram. But it was that initial night when I went viral. The next morning, my boss called me and he was not very happy, but didn't know what was going on. It's coming from higher up, higher than him. And he was like, "Can you tell me?"
At the time, or he called you on the phone.
Yeah, he called me on the phone. I was home. I was done work. It was the next morning. I think I had the next 3 days off. And
it's serious if he's calling you when you're off. It's
because it's usually hey, just come into work or something quick. And he was like, "Yo, so something's going on, but I don't know what it is." And I'm like, "We'll talk about it later. I'm busy figuring this out."
I'm eating kashi right now.
Yeah, my phone's blowing up constantly. People are emailing me. I'm trying, I wasn't ready for it. It was never really a plan to go viral. It was just a fun thing to do. Right. So, I'm trying to, damage control and, figure this out. What am I supposed to do when I'm going viral? How do I make the most out of this? And,
keep going. Keep posting.
We did an all right job, I feel, of just, making things work. But, yeah, then, we set up a meeting. My boss called me. We set up a meeting with his boss. And I was pretty much thinking I'm getting fired.
Yeah.
And again, the group chat. So I, pop back in the group chat and I'm like, "So we're getting fired, guys. I don't know what we're going to do." And my buddy's just live stream it. You have to live on Instagram. Make that thing. Good. Yeah. So we did that. And then we went viral again from that. That video's got over 1 million views on YouTube right now.
And said, "We're getting fired."
Yeah, they're helping him out. They're a squad.
Yeah.
Me and my asshole, bro.
Yeah.
Tandem team. We can't do it without each other.
Did you ever have a one-on-one with your boss where your boss was like,
"Did they play you the video?"
No.
That would have been awesome.
They're like,
"Is
this you?"
You want to explain this, Paul?
Yeah, you want to explain this?
Pull it up in a conference room.
I went into the parking lot and it's 7 a.m. and they're waiting for me in the security golf cart at the entrance of the parking lot. And it was just okay, this is real. This is actually going to happen.
Yeah,
but
that's an overreaction if you ask.
Yeah, I thought so too. But in the end, it was beneficial for me because it's a public place, even though it's private property. There's an air of publicness to it. Right. So me recording it was perfectly a-okay.
Nice.
Because there was that semblance of public place. So,
all right, well, what are you doing now? Good. You're live streaming on Twitch and stuff. What are you doing now?
Yeah, so I do the Twitch thing pretty part-time, whenever I can get a free, a few hours here, a few hours there. I'm currently working full-time delivering auto parts for one of the auto part chains.
I did that 2 summers. It's one of my favorite jobs ever.
Yo, it's a fantastic job. The people, like the mechanics and the people I meet and the people I work with are all fantastic. But it pays like shit. I'm making nothing.
But
So
they don't care if you fart on camera, right?
dude, they love it, bro.
That's your audience, Paul.
That's your
I
family.
count the people, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Paul, can we get a couple? So let's get a couple rapid fire questions to you just about how this has affected your life now that we have the story.
Yeah.
So how's the dating life with Paul Flart?
I'm a fat white guy, bro. Like, there's plenty of us out there. So dating scene.
You're a skilled fat white guy. I'm curious if
There's got to be somebody in the DMs like. Yeah.
I mean, there's if I was a gay guy, I'd be set. I'll tell you.
Why is that? Because it's
Fair, dude.
And so many messages from guys who are just like, yo, you're fucking funny, you're hilarious, and you're cute as hell. And it's just like, yo, thanks for the compliments. Like, it doesn't make me feel like it's not like, yo, that's nasty.
Just running with momentum
Yeah,
there.
take those compliments.
Yeah, just take them as they come for sure. Some me attractive. That's cool, right?
What Twitch games do you like to play?
I play a lot of Rocket League. I play a lot of this game called Enter the Gungeon. It's a small indie game. And then pretty much whatever. I've been playing Destiny. Destiny 2 just came out with that expansion.
Nice, I play that too, Paul.
Yeah, that shit's fun as hell. So
Art on the live streams? Or no?
Yeah, live stream. We have a fart mic. You can kind of see it back here, aimed down.
Amazing.
So I have like an Audio Technica. I think it's a 3035 or something like that.
We can watch you game and
Pretty
get the
solid,
fart at the same time.
Yeah, and then we have like a fart calendar and a timer since the last fart. So
When did
That's
you
awesome.
know? When did you know that you were different than other kids and had a special skill or ability?
yeah, I don't even know. It's never something I thought about. Like I've always just farted, and that's just kind of
Probably
been the
just that
thing.
moment in the lobby,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But like that acousticness of that lobby, like the way that sounded, I was like,
All right.
this is great.
We got to wrap it up, Paul. But can I give you $1 million idea? We're approaching the season. I know this will take a couple months to produce, but I think you could get it out in time. Can you do fart Christmas album? So you're like farting to famous Christmas songs.
Yeah, I mean, if I could find somebody who can figure out how to do that kind of stuff, I'm down. Like,
I mean, I think that would really sell.
You're fucking looking at him, Paul.
And wait.
Yeah.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes like.
yeah, like I'm down.
Paul, we'd be amiss with our fans if we didn't ask you on the spot if you can produce 20 yards.
I'm so upset because like I ate a bunch of food this morning to prepare for this, but I got the timing wrong, so I just spent everything I had.
So like 3 hours ago,
yeah.
you were ripping.
Well, you have our cell phones. Can you send us a
Yo, if you guys want a personalized fart, I will send it to you.
Well,
Yes.
we can add it in post. Send us a personalized fart. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll,
All right.
We'll do a script. We'll have you fart, and you'll be like, "Listen to Hard Factor."
Yeah.
That's amazing. Hey, Paul, thank you so much for coming on. Tell
Yo,
the people where they
thank you
can find
guys.
you, man. Tell the
Um,
people where they can find you.
yeah, Instagram at Paul Flart. It's Twitter at Paul_Flart. Twitch.tv/Paul Flart. It's just Paul Flart. Just Google it. You'll find me everywhere.
Nice.
Thanks,
We'll post
Paul.
We'll Twitch with you. Thanks, Paul.
All right. Well, that was incredible. We might have to bring Paul Flart back on sometime because that was a good interview.
Really nice guy.
Good guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was,
super
ho-
nice.
I was hoping it'd be
He's-
weirder.
He's good from both ends, the rear end and the front end of the mouth. He's not bad.
His butt cam.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take it straight to the other Florida man stories. Fans of the show may be aware, but I'm not a big fan of the electric scooters that I assume are in all major cities at this point, since Lyft and Uber have kind of taken them over. They sure as shit are all over the fucking place in Austin, Texas. For those that do not know what they are electric scooters that go about 17 miles per hour.
Very fun.
You just get your app, get your QR code, get on the scooter, start scooting, and then at the end you say you're done your ride and you pay like $5 for like a mile or whatever.
So
it
where's
is.
the hate here? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. There's hundreds and thousands of them scattered around the city in Austin so that people can get places downtown.
You guys
without
ride 'em?
walking. We
Yep.
do occasionally.
Enjoy them thoroughly.
Yeah,
But-
I love
last
them.
week.
I think I like riding them. They're fun.
Yes, riding them is great, but herein lies the rub. They mainly go on the sidewalks. There isn't like a scooting lane.
No.
So
It
so
fucks
basi-
pedestrians.
Right. Basically, people are just zipping by people on foot at 17 miles an hour, and around corners and stuff.
Yeah.
And like it's hard to brake. People are like jumping out of the way. People are getting injured on the scooters.
Yeah,
Cars
I
are
scared
coming-
the
cars
shit
are
out of
coming-
some pedestrians the only time when I was in Austin a few weeks ago. So
Right. I don't know if you've ever lived in a city, but like there's like all these like garages that have entrances and stuff where cars are always coming out of. So like scooters can always get smashed by cars. I almost got hit by 6 cars. the
Yeah,
other
but
weekend.
Will scared them because he was screaming at the top of his lungs as he was scooting as he does when he
nope,
scoots.
just very large human, not very in control of my scooter, and they had to get out of the way.
was like a bucking horse.
You're not stopping, so they need to do something.
Pat,
Yep.
We rode scooters the other day downtown when we were covering the Tribune Fest, and Pat went out of his area on his scooter. So
and then it talked to me like a fucking robot. It was like, "You're out of your area.
We are shutting down.
Shut down."
Yeah. So that sucks. A second major problem is that when people aren't on them at all, they're just scattered around the city, inconveniently laying on their backs, on their fronts, on the ground in front of people's ways. You have to step over them. If
they're obstacles.
If you're texting and walking, you're going to trip over one. If you're blind, you're fucked. Anyways, they're a goddamn nightmare. But they are fun. Like we said, they're very fun.
Thinking about the blind.
But so is heroin probably. So like that's also a problem. Fun, but not great.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I don't know. That's not a fair comparison.
It's not a fair comparison.
I can't wait to do heroin.
Electric scooters.
I feel like it's a very fair comparison.
What age you guys going to start heroin?
88. I'm going to die on my. Well, I think it was. I'm hiring at 85. I don't want to live past 85, so I want to go on a bad batch of heroin at 85, one and done, and just like slowly drift off into the wind with the incredible dopamine release.
Well, that's morphine.
Yeah.
I want 5 years.
Well, morphine or heroin, whatever.
Yeah.
5 years of use.
I want to go overdose on something.
You want 5 years of addiction just to enjoy that before?
Yeah, my UBI will be paying for it.
The last 5 years of a good marriage.
That's a long 5 years for an old person, Pat. Well, I'm not the only person who thinks the scooters are a nuisance, guys, to put it lightly, as a man in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, has been caught on camera cutting the brake lines on electronic scooters. Police said over 140 scooters, in fact, have been vandalized and disabled in southeast Fort Lauderdale since April 5th this year. So he was busy. This guy was busy. It was like a 5-month, what was that, 25
I like the scooters, but I respect the move of cutting the brake wires on these
Absolutely.
He
things.
took the law into his own hands, is what he did.
I mean, stopping on a scooter is hard enough when you're going full speed, but suddenly you lose your brakes. You might kill somebody.
He's not getting back at Lyft or Uber. He's just killing the people that enjoy the scooters.
You think he's killed anybody yet?
No, but he's injured a few.
Coming.
He's injured some people for sure.
They ended up catching and arresting 59-year-old Randall Williams because the vast majority of the vandalized scooters were within 2 blocks of his apartment, and he fit the video description perfectly. And probably everyone in the neighborhood was like, "Oh, the crazy scooter guy? Oh, he lives over there. He fucks with the scooters." Police eventually caught Williams in the act as he vandalized 7 scooters last Saturday and 9 this past Sunday.
Gets him on the weekends.
They caught him with 2 sets of wire cutters, a pair of handheld lock pliers.
What do you think this guy does during the week?
And he was wearing a glove to not have fingerprints on, but he was arrested and caught in the act.
Oh, I think he sits on his balcony and watches people get on the scooters that he cut the cords on, and then watches the corner that the stoplight's at and sees what happens. Watches what happens.
Working himself up.
Yeah.
What an idiot, though. He wears a glove to not have fingerprints, and he's got the tool set, but he just only does it next to his block. He's lazy. He doesn't go too far. He just doesn't like the scooters around him. Williams was charged with criminal mischief, resisting officers, and loitering or prowling.
Prowling, huh?
Prowling's not a good one to have on your record.
What a goddamn asshole. Can you explain this?
There are horror movies called The Prowler.
Yeah, can you explain this prowling charge?
Yeah.
Trying to get a job?
I don't like scooters.
It's like Peeping Tom, I think.
Well, I mean, he really hates scooters, and there are a lot of people that really hate scooters. This guy at least did something about it. I mean,
applaud this man.
A lot of people just talk about it. This guy went out and did something. He's paying for the crime, but
True.
That's true. And I hate to interrupt, guys, because this is a Florida Man show, but this March 3rd is Super Tuesday, the day where roughly 40% of all Democratic delegates will be at stake in the race to face President Donald Trump for the presidency.
Probably.
The date also marks California's first time they're moving forward from traditionally having their primaries in June. They're moving up to Super Tuesday on March 3rd. So it's a huge Super Tuesday this year. It's likely that by the time Super Tuesday rolls around, the Democratic field will be narrowed down to 2 or 3 candidates, but who knows? It could be 17 or 18. Hopefully 2 or 3. Lots of markets are available to bet on this at Predicted. All 14 Super Tuesday states are open to bet on who will win that state. And if you want to get in on that action, go to www.predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get a free $20 for any first-time deposits. It's totally legal in all 50 states and easy and fun to play. We have been getting a ton of only positive feedback from listeners. They've been DMing the shit out of us, telling us that our tips are pretty good. I think that we're about, look, I don't want to toot our horn. I said we're at 60%. We're about 60% on tips, which is it'll make you money in gambling. They've signed up. They love it. We've had hundreds of people sign up for Predict It. We want hundreds more. If you're listening and you haven't signed up yet, get in on the fun. It's fucking amazing. So the 14 states are like North Carolina, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Arkansas, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Maine, Colorado, Alabama. I think that's all 14 right there. You can get in and see who's going to win. Spoiler alert, it's either Liz Warren or Joe Biden at this point. Those are the only two choices.
Well, right. That's what I was going to say. Some of our recent picks got blown up by the Bernie heart attack deal. So, like,
yes.
I don't know. I mean, do you guys think? I mean, to me, that seems like you have a heart attack when you're campaigning, probably out. What do you guys think? You think
Well,
I think he's going hard.
Again, I hope for the best for Bernie. He's had a lifetime of service. Only want the best for him, but I don't think
of
he's
course.
gonna be,
But I'm talking if that has nothing. We want the best for him.
I don't think he's even in contention. No, Will. I think he's out.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Whether he wants to take himself out or not, I think he's out.
I think if Yang Gang's message gets out there, he's going to be a contender.
Yang Gang has moved into third.
Yeah.
Andrew Yang is moving into third because of this Bernie thing, I think.
I think that Republicans are going to love him. Democrats are going to love him because he's only talking economy.
A couple states to get in on Biden because Predict It, again, people are emotional and Predict It, and it's user versus user, right? So totally legal user versus user, stock market type thing. It looks like Liz Warren might win a couple of the first states, but states she's probably not going to win unless Biden continues to fuck up are Texas. Biden's loved in Texas. He's crushing her there. Nevada, as we said, which isn't part of Super Tuesday, but bet on Biden on Texas and Nevada.
Yeah, and Super Tuesday is basically for Predict It like the first weekend of March Madness.
Exactly.
So we're gonna absolutely hold a very special event for that one, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll have like a video show.
Yeah.
We'll give betting advice.
It's gonna be amazing.
Start looking at those markets again. www.predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get a free 20 and have some fun with us. And that's it, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's take it over to a new segment we're going to call the Florida Knife Corner. It's a sub-segment of the Florida Man Friday.
Love that.
Yeah, not a lot of people know this, but carrying a knife in Florida is a birthright. Floridians are given a state issue.
You don't even need to be a Boy Scout.
No, you don't need. You just need to be in Florida because when you go
to
get your
really all of America, but especially Florida.
Well,
they give it to you with your birth certificate.
Well, no. It's when you get your driver's license. The DMV issues a state-issued blade to you.
Gotcha.
Everyone knows that. But as you can guess, this leads to a lot of Florida men and women getting into trouble with their cutting devices. So first up, a drunk 51-year-old man, Derek Marlowe of Port Orange, Florida, rode his bike onto the campus of Spruce Creek High School, entered the school unchallenged, and then went into a classroom full of kids and took a seat.
How old did you say he was?
51 years old. Marlowe was rocking a pocket knife and was quickly arrested after the teachers activated an emergency response button inside the classroom, which prompted a sheriff's deputy to come in there and arrest him.
That's a scary scene.
Well, I'm assuming that Marlowe was sporting a backwards hat in an attempt to fit in as a teenager, but he probably blew his cover
like
because
that
he was
Steve Buscemi, hello, fellow children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he was hammered drunk and probably couldn't answer any of the questions going on.
Yeah, the teacher has got to be freaking out. Like, there's the extremely smelly old guy. He just
not to get too dark, but it's the age of mass shootings. Like, that's
Didn't
a terrifying
say a word.
scene.
Yes.
Well, guys, this brings me to a really important point that I've said once and I'll say again. You never trust a grown man who rides a mountain bike that's not in the mountains. This is just a good tip to live by. If you see a grown
Can't trust me.
What's the difference between a mountain bike and a dirt bike? Oh, it's a bicycle.
Oh, it's not a road bike.
Oh,
it's not.
a
It's not.
bicycle.
Yeah.
It's not a It's not a hipster bike like Pat
Will,
likes to
hold
ride.
on. If you're rocking your mountain bike, you're rocking it to exercise, right?
Yes.
Yes. If you see a man commuting on a mountain bike, stay the fuck away.
Plenty of people commute on those things.
No one does.
It's whatever he could steal.
No one does. But guys, it turns out that this is a really sweet story because Marlowe just wanted to test the school's security system. That's why he did it.
Oh, that's nice of him.
So it was for the people.
So did he get arrested? He should have got a key to the city.
Big time arrested.
Hey, Pat, where do you sit on fat tire bikes?
Fat tire bikes? I'm fine with fat tire bikes. Fat tire bikes are not mountain bikes. When you see
you don't consider that a mountain bike. All right.
Tell me when you see a grown man on a mountain bike that there's not something wrong with that.
Honestly, the only thing good about scootering is that it's gotten cyclists off the hook a little bit for being the most annoying people on the road.
That's true. Let's take it over to Marathon, Florida, guys, where 47-year-old Antonio Solis was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery after he threatened to cut out the tongue of a teenage girl because he disapproved of her dating choices.
Was he related to this girl?
We don't know, Wes. The best part about this story is there's no...
It's going to be hard to date without a tongue.
Yeah, there's no indication whatsoever of a relationship.
Got an opinion about you.
Yeah. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, Solis admitted that he had some suspicions that the girl was lying about who her boyfriend was. So he grabbed her by the hair while holding a steak knife and threatened to cut out her tongue if she didn't tell him whom she was
A
dating.
steak knife? That would have been a messy scene.
Well,
and he was also stalking her for the last year.
well, I assume
It's not me, is it?
exactly.
Basically, if the answer wasn't
Who are
him.
you dating?
Yeah, it was not him.
If she had said you, then it would have quelled the whole situation.
Right.
I assume she's presumed to be dating someone older who's named Baby Arm. That's just my general assumption.
Tripod?
Yeah, so this was a real, baby, you go to school today all day? Mm-hmm. I heard different situation. And I'm not sure if...
You know, he's older than you. He's 41.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's just probably a concerned citizen who cares about the youth of his community, who's also dated Baby Arm at some point in his life.
Oh.
Who you dating?
Nice spin there.
Yeah,
Dan.
I know, yeah.
I think
The
she's in
knife
big
corner.
trouble.
Knife corner is always full of twists.
Yeah, they'll cut you.
She's in
All right.
big trouble.
Who are you dating? Who are you dating? You.
Thank you.
Yeah, really.
He's like, oh, he drops the knife. He's
Finally.
Like, yeah.
Let's take it over to the non-violent crime corner. 22-year-old Florida man Malachi Love Robinson was released from prison in West Palm Beach, Florida last week, 20 months into his 3.5-year sentence. So he got out a little bit early.
What was he arrested for? Having the best name ever?
Yeah, about to let you know. The courts gave Love Robinson credit for time he served before being sentenced for his crime, which was impersonating a doctor. And the crimes occurred when he was still a teenager, and you wouldn't guess by his name, but he went by the moniker Dr. Love.
Something
So-
tells me there's a lot of impersonating doctors in Florida. A lot of tattoo
yeah.
artists, body modifiers, pill
When you say
subscribers.
something tells you, do you mean the news? Because,
Just-
yes, there's a fuck ton of people
Tons of
impersonating
fake
doctors.
doctors.
Personal information firsthand. Yeah, the news. Yeah.
So this guy, it happened back when he was a teenager, so he must have been like 19, I guess, and he was illegally practicing quote-unquote medicine out of an office in West Palm Beach and apparently defrauded one elderly woman of up to $35,000. So, like, you got to wonder what the fuck he was doing in there. He got caught by an undercover cop who came in and bought some of his services, which, again, I really am curious as to what type of services Dr. Love was offering in this office.
Selling roofies.
Like, roofies? I think he's just like...
$35K?
Dr. Love?
That's a like lifetime prescription.
What does an old lady need with roofies, Wes?
No. I think Dr. Love was like giving people like Advils and like claiming that it was like, you know, some type of wonder drug or something.
I just like
have
that he had
no
an
idea.
office.
Could have been like a psychic.
Yeah, it's very
For
organized.
$35,000, I'll tell you how to get married to your third husband, you 80-year-old loon.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean, it seems like a great racket if you're in Florida to be like a fake doctor.
Oh, fake doctors are great.
We already
racket.
covered that. Con artists yeah.
It's one of the best rackets. If you're out there and you're poor, become a fake doctor.
Florida's the major leagues for con artists.
Head on down there.
It's true.
I'll be honest,
Dr.
I wasn't really paying attention because Mark made me the strongest drink ever.
Florida Man Friday.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up quick then. Love Robinson had previously been arrested for fraud in Virginia, and he had apparently walked into a hospital in a doctor's outfit before, but he didn't try to treat anybody. He just strolled around as if he was a doctor for a while. And
Testing the waters.
That's alarming.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. And if you want to stay out of Dr. Love's office, you might want to consider taking a look at your diet and exercise and maybe try to drop a few pounds if you need to, like me. And lucky for me and you, there's Noom. That's Noom. Noom is an app for your phone that basically acts like a personal assistant for your health. You get assigned an individual coach that puts you in a group forum, and you get educated not only on the nuts and bolts of how to eat and exercise, but more importantly, the support of your coaches and psychological education that can help you fit a healthy lifestyle into your existing lifestyle. I've been doing it for 2 weeks now, and my Noom coach just texted me before the show that I'm down 3.5 pounds in 2 weeks. And honestly, I doesn't feel like I've been dieting at all. It's pretty awesome.
Because you haven't been.
Yeah, pretty much. She's the coach who I still think may be half artificial intelligence.
Doesn't
she's
matter.
been-
It's smart artificial intelligence.
Right. She's just been giving me tips, and so it's been working good. You don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. Sign up for your free trial today at Noom. That's Noom.com/hardfactor. What do you have to lose? Visit Noom.com/hardfactor to start your trial today. That's Noom.com/hardfactor, the last weight loss program you'll ever need.
Yeah, and that goes for you as well, elderly women, the 3 women between the age of 60 and 80 that listen to our show. You can go to Noom.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe would have kept you out of Dr. Love's office.
That's right. Tell your elderly women friends to listen to Hard Factor.
All right, guys. This one is extremely fucked up. As some dickhead judge laid down the hammer on a 21-year-old West Palm Beach man who accidentally overslept for his second day of jury duty. You guys ever have jury
Where
duty?
the hell is juror number 12?
I've never been called. I've never actually had to go to it.
Nor have I. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to admit to any more crimes on the show.
Okay. All right. Well, DeAndre Somerville, who had already been sworn in as a juror for this civil case and appeared on day one, did what many of us have done in our lives and accidentally hit the snooze bar one too many times and did not show up for his second day of jury duty, which caused a whopping 45-minute delay in the proceedings and royally pissed off the judge. So what do you think is a reasonable penalty for this offense?
That's a bad sleep through. Like, we all know when you wake up in panic when you realize that you missed something. That when you're obstructing justice, that's a bad sleep.
Yeah, but you're a juror. And what's that, for that offense? You'd be like held in contempt or whatever.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, I saw the picture of the kid. He was like in his early 20s. If that.
21, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless this is the judge's first year, I would probably say this is a normal occurrence.
Well,
like a fine.
If
Yeah, a fine
DeAndre
if that,
seemed like an asshole, I would throw the book at him. But if he was,
Don't they also have backup jurors?
no,
Not for
they have
these-
alternates, but,
alternate jurors,
Yeah.
that's a backup
I
juror.
would just take the day off.
but they're not calling
That
it
one.
alternate because DeAndre slept through his alarm.
Well, they have to.
Yeah, eventually they have to. They have to proceed. So, well, okay, so what happened here is, this judge decided to make an example of DeAndre, like Pat said, and laid down a 10-day jail sentence,
Ridiculous.
a year probation,
Wow.
150 hours of community service.
Ridiculous.
And he had to write a letter of apology to the court.
Fuck that judge, man.
I agree. Fuck that
I would
judge.
have written that in Crown after getting that sentence.
Wait, do we know if it was a murder trial?
It was a civil case.
Oh, fuck that judge.
yeah,
give me a
fuck
break.
this judge.
He's getting a harsher sentence than the fucking person on trial.
Now, if you're sleeping through the OJ,
No shit.
You're not showing up to the stupid jury duty.
Shit.
if you're
Give me a
sleeping
break.
through the
That judge is a
OJ
prick.
trial or the Menendez brothers trial, I get it.
Nope,
But-
they have alternates on hand for those.
yeah.
45-minute delay.
And
he-
also, you take a day off, it's a 6-month trial.
he didn't call in, which really pissed off the judge.
Oh, that really
Who's he
ground
gonna
his gears
call?
right there.
Get on like a fucking automated thing to get on an automated thing to get an automated thing to be like the judge is in session.
Well, the
Okay.
judge may have been a waiter because this is a no-call, no-show, which in the
That's
service industry is a big, big deal.
You get fired, you don't get arrested.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that's the firing of.
I guess.
150 hours of community service, year
Fine.
probation.
We had it at fine.
That is
Just
bullshit.
fine him.
Break.
Fine him.
DeAndre said this penalty is especially impactful on his family because he has to drive his grandfather to
no
therapy
shit.
regularly and now can't do that.
Committed no crimes.
What did the judge have to say about that?
Nothing. He didn't care. This is about the
been a
harshest
she.
shit I've ever heard. I'll tell you, Amber Geiger is lucky that this judge didn't oversee her case because she would have gotten the fucking death penalty.
Yeah.
For killing that
Well,
guy.
maybe not. The judge sounds like he might be,
A little bit racist, you think?
beholden to the old ways.
Yeah, this is what's wrong with the judicial system.
Anyway, fucked up. If we should start like a GoFundMe for this guy or something. I don't know.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
10 days is nothing. He's going to get out. The 150 hours of community service is like more
Year,
than
a
10
year
days.
probation?
That's a, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
which
a
means
lot.
if DeAndre like fucks up once,
Right.
he's going to fucking jail.
Well, let's throw him some house parties.
Yeah.
Hey, DeAndre, if you're out there, DM us.
Yeah.
All right. And
We'll help you violate your probation.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. We hope you enjoyed that riveting interview with Fart Master Paul Flart. Be sure to follow him on social media. Also, remember, our Soft Corner shirt is back, probably until Monday only. No bullshit on that one. Our classic Shades tee is only $15 right now, and the Pop the Clutch is coming back soon. So if you enjoy the show, please support us with a t-shirt buy. We would really appreciate it. We are also going to be doing a Halloween Power Hour in Austin at Eastside Tavern. So if you want to join us for that, we will be in costume and giving prizes for best costume. It's going to be a lot of fun and a great pregame.
You really enunciate that you in costume.
Wes is having trouble here.
Costume.
Yeah,
Wes is having trouble
Jack
talking.
and
Isn't it
Coke really
costume?
fucked me up.
Wes is having trouble
Costume.
talking. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Costume.
It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Great pregame for the night.
Costume. You fucked it up again. Program.
Keep
Costume.
sending us sticker requests to the main account on Twitter or Instagram,
wrap it
and
up,
we will
bud.
get you those as soon as possible. Follow us at Hard Factor News on Instagram and Twitter. Leave us a review on iTunes. Spread the word to anyone you
iTunes.
think would enjoy the show. And most importantly, have a great fucking day and weekend.
Wes sure will.